Guten Abend, Mats. Ich habe mich gerade extra umpositioniert, damit ich mal anders sitze. Weil ich gerade im Entspannungsmodus die ganze Zeit TFT Worlds geguckt habe. What made you go yo-yo, Jester? I played like more than 5k sieges on Build Poster, and I didn't want a PvP on a Build Poster anymore, so I thought yo-yo Jester is going to be the most fun PvP class that I could choose. Oh, welcome to the stream, Moy. Okay, let's go. Your thoughts on how they will introduce third jobs? I would guess they will increase the total level cap to 150. Then they introduce third jobs for 130. And I don't know, like if they are putting some effort in, maybe like third job is not gained by reaching 130. Maybe it's some really fancy quest that takes like a couple of days that you basically have to go through to actually get your third job. That would be really nice. And I think it's obviously not coming in the next patch because we already know what's being patched due to the roadmap, but I'm pretty sure it's coming in the patch after this one. How long until this game dies? What are your thoughts based on how the devs are handling every update? At the beginning, almost everything they did was bullshit. Now, not everything in the patches, but the majority is actually good for the game. So I think, like the game is currently in a pretty stable state. There's no player peak drops at the moment, like it's stable, not like huge quit waves or anything. So yeah, and if you're talking about the game in general, like on the Southeast Asian servers, they have so many players, like Flyff universe is not gonna die anytime soon. It probably even has a longer lifespan due to a lot of loyal old hardcore gamers than a lot of all those other new MMOs that are coming out and are hyped for like 2 or 3 months and then already dead. We already passed this mark on Flyff universe and it still exists and the servers are still pretty crowded. They could probably merge all the EU servers together to one server. I think that would be a good idea. Because I've played since 2007, gotten a 145 grand to this on the downloadable plan. Now in Universe, my highest level is 80, where I have every class 60, just don't know what to play. Well, my suggestion on stuff like this is always don't play multiple classes or accounts. You're playing one Pocket Ringmaster and your main class. If you don't know what to play, you're undecided, roll a dice. That's it. Just start. People that like play too many different stuff and then like change, reroll classes and all of this, they never get anywhere. They just have a char army of crappy characters that are not providing any value and then they cannot farm any of the content, especially none of the content that's new. And how's the game going to be fun if you cannot enjoy the new patches, the updates, the content? So yeah. If the game generates enough money in the future, you think they will host another FEC like back in the days? I think the game doesn't even need to raise more money to hold something like this. You're holding events like this to make money. It's not like the events like this are costing you. Like, that sounds wrong, I don't know. If they have the technology to allow cross-server guild sieges, then they would be extremely stupid, like giga stupid, to not hold events like this. And if I would be them, I would already start teasering that shit at the start of the new year and then have the first Flyff World Championship in Universe starting at what's it called? The actual release day of the game. So after like 1 year, it's basically like the first season or whatever. And then from then on, they should bring some unique scoring systems and tournaments into Flyff, not only like the regular guild sieges for PvP. This way you can measure how good the different people are. And our idea was that it's not like guild only, it's server based. So basically the 50 highest people of the server in the guild siege ranking, which gets resetted each year, will be eligible to vote. So basically like the whole server votes for their siege team. And the people that are playing for the server will not get rewards. Like they will get rewards for their server. So basically like if it's a tournament of, let's say, I don't know, 12, like 10 different servers, and they all play, and one server goes fourth, then they maybe earn like 5% EXP, 5% drop rate for the whole server for like 1 month. And then so on, or like free power-ups or whatever for the server. So like I want the whole server to be cheering for their own best PvP lineup. That's what I want. That would be amazing, and it would bring some intense rivalry between the servers, and I would really like to see this. And if they're doing stuff like this, they are smart, they're doing it with marketing, they're working together with streamers to grow some attention, maybe enable loots in their streams for the people that have like a long watch time, or are like regular comers to all the matches and stuff like this. It would be amazing. Ringmasters 80, Psy 73, any thought on them coming out with our classes? I don't understand the question, sorry. And I don't know what new skills you mean, like... Do they have any new skills, GateKeeper? I think all skills are stayed the same. I don't think they have any skill removed or added. I still don't understand the question, sorry. Like, what does mean coming out with our classes mean? Yeah, Hobbles, if you rephrase your question, I will happily answer it. I just don't understand it. And if anyone else has questions, feel free to ask. Oh, I think if they want to, like all other MMOs, after they're releasing new classes. So if they want to be up to date and play with the big boys, they're gonna sooner or later have to release a new class, for sure. And if they do so, that's gonna generate a shit ton of money for them, because everyone is going to rush this class, especially all the high level people that may have nothing else to do. And yeah, there's probably like a race, or maybe they can make an event like the class that they're releasing new, who's gonna get it first to 140, or like who's gonna be having the most score in Guild Siege with it in the next 2 months, stuff like this. Lumi, kannst du uns Hallo sagen? My dog is a smarty pants. She knows like right hand is taken, so she is maneuvering her ass to my left hand at my chair so she can get some butt scratches. The class you're talking about was called GateKeeper. And I already made a video about it, and I think instead of like inventing a whole new class, they could just work on the stuff that's already designed and has some basics to it. But I have no idea yet how you I would know how to do it in PvE, but I have no idea how to include this class into PvP if you're actually able to spawn stuff So that's going to be complicated. PvP balance in Flyff? At the moment, I would say the balance is below average. Some classes are way too strong, other classes are almost not playable, and the power spikes between classes are not linked to gear level, for example, so some classes are a lot easier and cheaper to equip than others, and all of this needs to be taken into consideration when you're doing balancing. I'm especially looking forward on how they're actually going to balance 1v1 siege. Because if 1v1 siege is not class versus class with a timer and no food, I would be highly surprised to see them bringing out a system that actually works and people want to know. What you doing on vacation? Well, I have nothing planned yet, but I will probably learn a new cutting software for videos. That's on the list. And then start making some more professional looking videos and going also into a wider audience, like also trying to attract people for Diablo 4. So to already start like growing my channel in this direction, because in the first quarter of next year, there will be the beta for Diablo 4. What classes are unplayable in your opinion? Okay, well maybe unplayable was a hard word, but let's say underperforming is probably the better word. And I would say underperforming at the moment are definitely Plate and Elementor. Did you ever give Lost Ark a try? Yes, I did. And our guild was actually pretty good. Like, we were always one of the first people to do like a new raid, to complete them and stuff like this. But I actually stopped Lost Ark to play Flyff Universe. Like, I was actively playing Ark when Universe came out. Like, what fucked me up in Lost Ark the most is that they didn't allow, what's it called, you to farm on your main, and you basically had to make a shit ton of twins to farm, and that system, like, you were able to farm anyways, right? It was just made extremely complicated, but it was basically the same. So why not open those stupid, I don't even know what it was called, Hell Rift or whatever, to be constantly farmed, so you can actually do it on your main and don't have to equip like 20 other characters. Were you PvPing in Lost Ark? I did play a bit, but not a lot. We were a 3-man pre-made team that went into arena. One Deathblade, that was me, then one Bard, was a friend of mine, and then we also had a, what was that called? Like one of those things that were attacking from range with like guns, gunslinger, that's what it was called. And yeah, at the beginning you got completely trashed in PvP because the others knew how to chain CC you. But then, like, as we played along and like learned more about the game, we were able to pull off the same tactics, and this actually made the game not enjoyable. So, like, if you were good playing in a team, it would be 3 versus 1. Like 3 people would try to take out one. The CC chain, if they're good, is basically timed and the person has no counterplay. He's just dead. He gets caught once in a situation and dies. And then afterwards it's 3 versus 2 and you're winning this for sure. And I don't know, like we played with this tactic a lot and it got extremely boring pretty fast, the PvP. Haven't played in a while. Is it still pay to win? Did they reduce the cost on scrolls? Like, if you're comparing it to Flyff PC, this game here is a lot more expensive. Like, a lot more. We're talking about like 10 times more expensive and stuff like this. Wir haben gerade vom Stream gespielt, Fräulein. Wir haben zusammen gespielt und gekuschelt. Was willst du? Noch mehr Aufmerksamkeit. Ja, fein. Ja. What did you think about those buff pickup pads they had on Flyff PC with the beats? On Flyff PC, I think the system on how to acquire the beats is badly designed. And I don't like the fact that they last that short and are non-permanent. If they would introduce something like this, but the beats would be permanent, but you can exchange them at any time if you want to like do a different skill build or whatever, I think it would make sense. And then the beats should be based on a crafting system, something fancy like this. So maybe bring giants back into the game. So certain giants are dropping certain quest items, and you need those quest items to craft like your beats. And yeah, this way you could probably revive giant system, bring a beat system that makes sense, gives diversity to your class. Doesn't sound too bad if it's balanced well. Yeah, Sipes, I had to start, otherwise I will not make 139 before Siege tomorrow. I don't know. Like, I think that a beat system like this can be a Penya sink, since it's permanent and one time. If they're doing it as with the pad candy, so you constantly have to be using it and stuff like this, then I would highly recommend it to be extremely low, because like casuals will not be able to afford this. And if they keep adding systems that only a really few people are actually using, then why even bother developing them, right? So I know many people that are just saying, I will not even make a pet or even use it to level because it's too expensive to maintain. Like, it's really expensive to make, but the maintaining cost is also quite expensive. And if a level doesn't have a certain amount of value, like for example as a crit damage pet, I would say if it gives you 20% crit damage, it's worth feeding. If it gives you less, I would probably rather work on increasing my pet before I would start using it to level and actually be wasting all the money on pet food there. You can at least earn scrolls from in-game though, that's cool. Do you think they'll update to Suns and Moons? No. I don't think they will ever update to Suns and Moons, because the Suns and Moons update made like completely zero sense. There was no reason to do it at all. And yeah, they decided for Paradises, there's also no reason to go back for it. You can do anything with Paradises that you can do with, what's it called? That you can do with Suns and Moons, so it's all fine. But should the pet be prior or getting it only when the gear is decked out? That depends on your budget. Like, probably the most mistakes that people are making in Flyff is investing their money into the wrong stuff. And then like investing money into something that will not give like them like the most value for their money and increasing like their kill speed or whatever. People usually or like often spend on the wrong parts. So for example, like that's the master example you see all the time. That people are owning a +10 set with 16% attack. This is extremely stupid, like giga stupid. It's way better to make a +8 set, 28% attack, and then if you can afford it, go for +10. A +10 set with 16% attack is more expensive than a +8 set with 28% and provides less value. And mistakes like this are made daily. You have 20 minutes to eat. But I can also log out after the 20 minutes. And then when you're ready, I can just log back on. I think the balloons don't run when you're logged off. On our server, 28% attack, like 4 lightning card, 4% cards, is about 800 mil. I am playing to Timia. There's no one here at the moment. I'm alone. I actually thought that at this time there's going to be more people here than like during the day, but I don't know, because I usually never play that late in the evening. But since there's going to be the League of Legends World Championship starting at 1 o'clock at night, I try to keep myself awake. I want to see SKT demolishing DRX. But on the other hand, that would be also nice if we would get a best of 5. Then you have more to watch and enjoy. And I really like games that are close. So basically, like, it's back and forward. One team wins a team fight, then the other team wins a team fight. That's what I enjoy the most watching. If it's too one-sided, yeah, it doesn't feel good. But so far, the finals have never been like extremely one-sided that I watched, and I think I'm pretty sure I watched all finals of all seasons. It's the only esports that I follow regularly. It is. Still has 8%, or like 8, not 8%, 8 energy left. I would definitely have to restock Pet Candy A to get 140. Is he quitting PvP or why does he sell his Twitch gear? Who is he playing for? Who is who? Oh, you mean Odin? Like what guild Odin is in? Oh, he is the Ranger of Badass. Buying blue chips, 250k each. I don't know. I was considering when I get 500 blue chips to maybe sell it as a piece so people could buy the CS pad out of it. So maybe someone is willing to pay like a lot for it because he cannot gain the CS pad any other way and he really likes the look. This may be the best value for the blue chips. So I think I'm close to 500 pieces. Okay, last rebuff for this hour. You think there will be third drops? Will they bring it back? Yes, I am 100% sure, and I think it's partly confirmed already that third drops are going to come. And if third drops are designed well, they can be a really good reason to bring people to level to at least 130 so they can use their third drop.
Good evening.
Was geht? Yeah, so for example, like Eva Storm being an untargeted AoE is definitely a no-go. It needs to be a targeted one AoE if they do it like this, and the radius needs to be smaller, so people cannot just spawn camp in Siege. That's just stupid. And it was also a big issue regarding AFK farming. So many people were AFK farming with Elementors, like for event items and stuff like this, because there was a jewelry set that gave you MP back on kill, so they leveled an Elementor to 130, basically gave this Elementor what's it called, this jewelry set, then down leveled it to level I think 26, and then they were putting those Elementors AFK into Mass Mine, where basically no one was seeing them, and then they, during events where like random monsters were dropping event loot, they would be running 24/7 the whole event. That's how many people abused stuff like this on Flyff PC. But what if it will be at 130? What will happen to players above 130? Well, so far, the reason why I think it's going to be 130 and they will release a level cap to 150 alongside with it, because whenever they were introducing something, the end game stuff was always 20 level lower than what the max level was. So basically the highest gear we had was like, what's it called? 120 gear, while it was 140. And yeah, the 135 set is a bit out of order, but I think it's going to be somewhere around this. And I still think that just being like 130 should not be enough to get your job change to a third class. I think it should be like an extremely long quest that takes multiple days to complete and includes a lot of farming and stuff to be actually be able to get to your third job. So it's a task and not like, oh yeah, well I just get it for free due to leveling.
Make it doable for Ringmaster, please.
I think the quest should be individual for each class because all the jobs are individual.
Yeah.
Similar to like second job change quest, but just like way, way longer.
I remember back in the days when there were no moonbeam, you had to kill the driller with the full synthesis. Yay.
Yay. Well, back in the day, you could just use a unicorn and AoE them down.
What does it move?
Well,
Or with your first account? Okay. You are
Server 2, 4 Minuten noch Power.
I'm making my way over. There is a button in the party. Negative.
Frei.
Thank you very much. How do I do this now? I think I'm just using
Naja, du kannst trotzdem einen Ballon nutzen. Also wenn du ja ausloggst, läuft er ja nicht weiter.
Ja, das wäre immer nicht hier synchron.
Okay.
Und in Sync. Willst du dann heute Nacht durchziehen oder was auch immer 39?
Nee, also ich würde gerne. Okay, dankeschön, nettes Tablet. Mega lauter Sound, ich habe das lautlos eingestellt. Nee, also ich würde eigentlich gern irgendwie so machen, so bis 1 Uhr oder so. Oder keine Ahnung, oder jetzt noch eine Stunde und dann mal gucken, ob wir noch 2 Stunden machen wollen. Weil ich würde um 1 gern halt Weltmeisterschaft gucken. Und quasi also halt nicht gucken, während ich zocke, ich würde schon gern richtig gucken. Ja, gucken. Nicht so, ja, hier ab und zu mal reinschauen, wenn ein Teamfight ist, also ich würde es gern richtig sehen. Ich mag das herauszufinden oder quasi zu sehen, wo sie gerade den Lead holen und sowas. Wohl, keine Ahnung.
Und beim HC nicht mehr deinen Chat lesen.
Was?
Ich kann beim HC nicht mehr deinen Chat lesen. Ich hab's versucht, klappt nicht.
Ja, das ist ja nicht schlimm, ich wiederhole die Sachen ja immer, wenn sie geschrieben werden. Okay, so, ich gehe verkaufen und dann geht's los.
Okay. Ein 17er Watt, der Falle.
Which part of Germany are you from? South Germany, from the Lake of Constance. Der ist gut, aber da ist auch ein verficktes Giant. Achtung, Giant.
Oh Gott, bist du gefolgt, oder?
Ja, ich bin reingesprungen bis zum geht nicht mehr, Alter. So. Was ist das da auch? Jetzt ist es weggeportet, oder was? Hä? Keine Ahnung.
Berg runtergefallen hast.
Kann sein. Oder ich hab's mit Dark Elo gewone-shottet. New Damage Spell.
Dark Elo Hop Kiss. Neuer Wild Glitch. Neuer Wild Glitch.
Ja, weiß nicht. Ich wäre ja auch nicht. Also wäre natürlich auch ein netter Approach, wenn man mal guckt und man kann quasi, also Dark Elo kann man jederzeit auflösen, indem man wieder Dark Elo drückt und man kann kein Hop aus Dark Elo mehr machen. Das wäre auch mal ein netter Balance Approach. Aber im Endeffekt müsste, damit das quasi der Sinn ist, müsste Hop viel stärker sein. Weil zurzeit kannst du niemand mit Hop töten, der vernünftig spielt.
Auch nicht mit AC?
Doch, mit AC auf jeden Fall. So, Hop AC ist die beste Combo im Spiel, würde ich sagen. Aber Jester für sich alleine gestellt ist, der kapitalisiert auf den Fehlern von anderen. Und wenn du quasi das als Balancing betrachtest, wo ja quasi beide gleich perfekt oder gut spielen sollten, ne? Wenn man halt die Balancing betrachtet, dann hast du als Jester theoretisch keine Chance. Aber dann halt wiederum mit einem Ringmaster, ne? Alter, das ist einfach so krass stark.
Wie ist überhaupt vom Cooldown gegenüber Asan?
8:15. Ja. I level my new Bow Jester in Dark 1. I'm pretty sure I did not say level a Bow Jester. Because Bow Jester is nerfed in Flyff universe and doesn't work. Like, I'm 100% sure I never said this. Okay, da hinten ist ein Auela, oder? Am anderen Ende vom See.
Das geht anders. Am Ende der Straße steht ein Haus an sich.
Hörst du sowas gern? Ja. Also ich war noch nicht oft auf, also quasi ich war oft schon auf Festivals und sowas, aber so richtig auf einem Konzert so, noch nicht so oft, aber wenn, dann immer bei Seed.
Orangenbaumblätter liegen auf dem Weg. Ich war auf dem Sterne.
Okay. Also ich war Karlsruhe das Fest, Rock am See, da war es auch einmal gewesen, quasi. Also da war ich nicht auf dem Festival, sondern nur für Seed halt hin. Okay, bei Karlsruhe dem Fest auch und dann einmal nochmal, wo war das? Ich glaube in München oder so, wo die so auf so einer Tour waren. Ich auch mal hin war. So, irgendwas fehlt.
Ja, würde ich schon.
So, Patience habe ich schon mal nicht.
Das ist nicht überraschend.
Accuracy habe ich nicht.
Hast du höhere Buffs als ich?
Nö. Meine Buffs sind Dreck. Vor allen Dingen, ich buff mir nicht mal Mental sein, um mich dann selbst zu buffen, weil es mir zu ständig mich nervt. Weil ich sonst quasi das Follow vom Board wegmachen muss. Disc collecten und so kann ich quasi einfach nur über einen Tab die Buffs durchdrücken und erfolgt gleich weiter. Oh shit, it's the first, oh my god, that's the first gown drop since level 117. No suit drop, no gown drop of 135 set. And now we're dropping the first gowns and they are extremely dog shit. It's Elementor gowns.
Oh, nice.
They are completely useless. So now we can't say, oh, we dropped neither suit nor gowns to 140. And this all due to a really bad drop. Hey, why are you fighting level 147 and you are 148? Well, the reason for that is pretty simple. Those are the highest mobs that exist in the game, and you can only make 140 here at those mobs. There is no other option. Here. Your hit rate only to applies only to auto attack, right? It has nothing to do with spells. Yes, this is correct. Hit rate is to not miss on mobs, and spells always do damage. Spells can't be blocked, missed, or whatever. They are 100% damage guaranteed. I wonder what people do after they get to level 140. I would argue that level 140 is probably only the start of the real journey, like trying to min-max your gear, progressing at PvP. You know, with the new update, like you want to be high level, min-max yourself for Secret Room to get the title for your guild, stuff like this.
I hope they don't mess up Secret Room.
You mean by like feeding the best guild even harder, or?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just look how they introduced red chip system. They obviously don't care.
They get ridiculously rich with the...
Yeah. I think our chances of winning, like from my guild, are not too bad. We got a bunch of almost maxed or maxed plates. Like all the people don't only have like PvP gear, they have also really good PvE gear.
Yeah, we don't have PvE plates.
Yeah, and we are most likely, what's it called? Like the guild order is everyone has to go and at least try to push 140 before expansion hits. So everyone is like came back to level. Might also make a difference depending on what level the monsters are in Secret Room and how it's designed. I would really like to see a diversity Secret Room, so it's not like only plates rushing through, you need like magic damage, range damage, like all this kind of stuff. So like something that I've already implemented somewhere was you have a statue, and around this statue there is a death zone. So basically if you walk in there, you die and you get spawned to the start. And only rangers were able to attack the statue because they had enough range without dying in the death zone. So you basically had to have Huh? No. The ranger had to use Hawkeye, like to get the increased range, and use a what's it called? The Dex jewelry set from Tramnok that gives also increased range.
Okay.
And this way it was only doable for ranger. And yeah, so like everything, like some monsters had so high magic resistance, it had to be killed by like a plate, for example. Some monsters had so high other resistance, like vice versa. So like only mage could kill it. And then we had that ranger thing. And then we tried to bring something in that would be like a safe zone. So like he would do a skill that basically kills the whole room unless you are like in a certain spot. But at this point we stopped because the developer was not able to do it, and then the server died.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, but it was a fun approach.
Is it possible for you to hit 139 with the next balloon? Should be enough.
Close. If everything goes well, like no one is sleeping, has to go away, no door is ringing, no other AoEler comes, takes our spawn, I think so. But everything basically has to go perfect. But I assume I am awake earlier than you anyways, so...
Probably, yeah, because I need my beauty sleep.
Yeah, I like to sleep as well, but I don't know. Like, if I get to bed that late, I would usually have a bad sleep. And then I'd get up early and then I'm grumpy the next day. And need like a, I don't know, little kids sleep after lunch. But I really want to watch the Worlds. Like,
it's kind of hype. P1 again.
Yeah.
The miracle one.
And I even voted it correct.
You voted for B-Ranks?
Yes.
All the way through the finals?
I was the group stage. I forgot to vote for it, and it was determined by the coin. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I voted for them. I don't know. I like their playstyle. I was a bit late on Worlds this year, so like I didn't watch the group stage live. I watched all games via videos on demand to catch up, and then I voted based on what I felt like the teams were performing. Like a friend of mine convinced me really hard to pick Genji over DRX, but I didn't. But there's no rewards this year, is there? Are there?
Aren't there always?
I don't know. Like I was clicking on rewards and it was just like giving me participation rewards capsules and shit like this for like even just turning in my tips. And all the other years I had to reach like a certain point group to get like the rare shit. And I was pretty consistent. Like I think, except for one season, I think the first one where they started doing it, I always got to the highest tier, or not like the highest tier where you're getting the full account, like the tier to be eligible for the highest normal reward.
Mm.
Last year it was this golden poor dude with a wizard head. I still have it as, I don't know, what's it called, like loading character thingy. Yo, what's up, Javelin? How you doing? Please don't beg for items on the stream, or I will have to ban you.
The extra made a catfish account where you can get a storage area. Come on. Don't do it. So much effort.
Yeah. Lumi, ich sehe dich. Ja, du drückst mir deinen Arsch entgegen. Gut gemacht, klasse. She really likes her butt scratches.
Who doesn't?
Okay, yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. It's a lot easier to stream Flyff, where basically nothing happens if you have a topic to talk about. Do both Jesters work in Flyff universe? No, they do not. If you want to use the bow, play a ranger. If you want to be a Jester and use yo-yos, be Jester. Bow Jester sucks.
There's so many people asking for it.
It was one of the most popular classes back in the day. It was also the class that was playable with almost no gear, because you would get like your crit rate for free. You wouldn't need to do any food because you had the permanent knockback from the crits. Like your damage was lower than other classes, but yeah, like you had a bunch of upsides.
Imagine the ranges that we couldn't instantly.
Yeah, like it was also, I would say, the safest class to do giant hunting with. The giants would almost never hit you. And at least on the server I played, like the richest person that was like free to play was a bow jester that was only camping on Klaven Giant to sell legendary golden weapons back in version 7. Oh, not too bad, that's fun. Okay, we made another milestone. We are at 70% now. We are getting closer to our level up. We'll probably not be able to do it today, but we will be for sure able to do it before Siege tomorrow. To squeeze out 2 more stat points. Going to make 0 difference, but it's good to, if you think at least it does.
Everything counts.
Yeah.
He looted some more potions.
Got a stack. Finished.
Which is stack.
Huh?
Wow.
Yep, it's the stack.
I will never see whom again.
Huh? Wait for it. Next stack is already at 699. So if this is enough and we can maintain it, then yeah, it's self-sufficient.
I used a lot of refresher holes last hours. Because I was lazy.
Or like premium item.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the soulbound ones from.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if I would be playing this, I would definitely not bother popping my MP pot, man. Like, you get so many of the soulbound ones.
Yeah.
I think I have like 60 soulbound vital drink eggs in bank. And the only time I need one is like once a week and during Siege. So...
Yeah. I mean, I can go through those fairly quickly. No problem. But now with the battle pass, there's a lot of refreshers again.
Do you have any idea why they removed the Forsaken Tower? Do you think they will bring it back? They already said they're going to bring it back, because they said they're going to bring it in Secret Room. And Secret Room is the highest stage of the Forsaken Tower. So, that's going to return. Like, I am pretty sure that like everything Flyff PC have will sooner or later be here on Flyff Universe.
But hopefully in a better shape.
Yeah, that's what we can all pray for.
Yeah, if there would be just team play dungeons like we talked about.
Yeah. I don't even know, like, when you look, for example, at like game design at universities or whatever, and you're going into an online course for, I don't know, MMO development, for example, they will teach you what the holy trinity is of MMOs. And this is damage, tank, healer. This is like the main thing I was watching at this one course that they taught. and how the synergies have to be to people so people like it. And they didn't implement nothing for it. And then they even made it so you can only do it with one team a server. Like, what the fuck is this? In 2022, you have to wait if someone else is doing something. When we basically have unlimited cloud servers and, but I don't know how to say it in English. Like, you can buy resources of your server on demand. Like, you don't have to decide how big your server is. So if you have a lot of players and a high thing, you will pay like 3 servers. But for example, if it's like during the night, you will only pay for 1. And they're like, they can be added, like the speed and whatever can be added as it's needed. Was Flyff PC bad? I would say it was good until version 11. And then when version 15 came out, it started to get really bad, especially due to duping. Then the developers not caring at all about PvP balance. They did nothing about it. And yeah, that was a huge fuck up. And that was also the time when I started playing private servers.
How did this, by the way, happen that Gala is back on board now with Project M?
So how to say it? So they are the developers of the game, but they were never interested in publishing it. So they sold licenses to publishers, like for example gPotato, WebZen, and so on. And then when there was like a run out of a license, this is when Sneago Technologies basically stepped in and bought the license to be able to redevelop the game. And I think they paid 60k for it, if I'm not mistaken. So not a lot. And then at some point during the developing process, it ended up that Gala went from developer to being publisher.
So Flyff never was open source?
No. All the private server files are stolen. And I can already say that some devs have everything ready to basically copy Flyff Universe in every aspect. Like Flyff Universe has nothing unique to offer except the mobile, what's it called? The ability that it can be played in browser. And this has already been copied by Flyff private server admins. So I assume that they are waiting for an extremely big fuck up or any incident, or even trying to do something that destroys the game, I don't know, trying to hack it or whatever. And as soon as it's weak, they're going to release their private server. I'm 99% certain if Gala makes one big misstep, this can be their grave if the other server is good. But of course they can do the same mistakes.
Yeah, I don't know.
But so far, I think, I don't know, in the last month or 1.5 months, the patches were pretty decent and brought the game a step forward. The devs did a fairly good job. Not in every aspect, but they at least tried and didn't do anything that destroyed the game even more.
But Project M was community driven, no?
Not that I know of. I think there was they had an alpha in 2019 that completely bypassed me. No one was talking about it. while I was playing Flyff active on multiple private servers. No one talked about it. I don't even know why it existed. And then when Project M was announced, the beta for it, that's when I picked up on it.
And then already Gala was behind it.
I think Gala stepped in before the beta started, yeah. And if I had to guess, like it's only a guess, I don't know, but most likely Sneaker would not be able to maintain the development costs and to publish it, and they would have to sell it to a different publisher, basically to bring it on the market, I would assume. And the chances to be successful, I guess, even though Gala has like a really bad reputation, is still higher than with a random publisher that just wants to squeeze the game like for real. Like Gala is already squeezing the game, but you can make it so much worse. Yeah, because you can see that they're interested in keeping it alive for a longer time, right? With the way they're doing patches and stuff.
I still think the cash shop prices are kinda high.
Yeah, I think they're way too high. Especially party scrolls, way too high, that there's no bundles for upgrade scrolls. I don't know, makes no sense because you need hundreds of them. Like why not make a bundle where you buy 100, but you get like 25 pieces free, something like this. Yeah. And the last bundles they brought in for Halloween were fine, but they had some combinations of items. So like, for example, the Spro bundle, it had those weapon scroll rerolls in it as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think they're completely useless because I'm at the point where I don't need them anymore. But I would have loved to buy the Spro set at discount for the PvP set, but yeah, didn't get it. I think I still have 50 Soul-Link G-Pros left from the packages. It should be hopefully enough to get my last suit pierced. And then I'm actually can save everything for the expansion. Which private servers did you play? Oh, that list is way too long. Like I played all the major ones. Was rank 1 on a lot of them in my class. And I don't know, helped develop even a lot more. I don't know. Been game masters on a few. Like we are talking about hundreds here. Like I spent so much time playing this game. It's stupid, honestly.
Yeah, we need some more team play oriented content.
Yeah. I really liked there was also an approach on Stellar Flyff that was really good, where they had what was it called? Fractions. So basically like they just say it's red and blue. And to a certain time they would open a battleground. And instead of having like a PK server, that would be your option. where one faction can fight versus the other faction. But they would also have to work together to kill bosses that were on the map and giants and stuff like this. And it would always be open at a certain time and then last for like an hour. And you were able to maintain drops by killing like all kinds of mobs there and trying to defend yourself. Because like you're trying to kill a giant that does a shit ton of damage and then 2 enemies are suddenly running up to you. So you better be playing in a team or you're not getting anything.
Sounds interesting with this.
That was fun. The only thing is like, I'm not talking about balancing damage and stuff, but like balancing that one faction is not like extremely stronger than the other. This is really hard. So for example, if they would add a faction system and we would all choose, like for example, my guild would all, like I would tell them to all choose the same faction so we can play together. That just makes sense. So, and then like a whole guild is suddenly running around on this map, like well coordinated with Discord and everything. And if the other faction, for example, doesn't have like a whole guild online to this certain time, they will stand 0 chance.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's hard to balance. So people need to actually be organized to do it.
How many people were participating? Whole guilds?
In this event?
Yes.
On the server? I don't know.
Just how big the teams were. I mean,
There are no teams. You're choosing your faction when you start your character.
oh. Ah. Like.
Like in World of Warcraft, for example.
Okay. Gotcha.
And it was like mass PvP. I think the highest I have least participated in was like 40 versus 40, something like this.
Yeah, that's hard to balance. That's right.
Yeah. But it's a lot of fun. Yeah, but what is it? What does make Flyff special for you, Leon? Because like, I couldn't even tell, and no one else can tell why the fuck we are playing this game with those bad graphics. Basically, I don't know, like the most boring way to level up, only killing mobs. Why are we doing it? I couldn't answer it at all. I have no clue. For me, it's not nostalgia, because I've been playing this game for the last 15 years, like almost on and off, like at least one private server a year, so probably more. So I at least played like 6 months a year, each year in the last 15 years. So it's definitely not nostalgia for me. And I don't think I'm addicted, because I could leave the game as it is without any issues.
You tried?
Yes. The thing is, at some point, I just don't enjoy other games, and I'm always coming back to Flyff. Like that, I don't get why. Like for example, I don't know. Like I played TFT. I was really good. I was challenger with 3 accounts. I was about to qualify for Worlds. And I just didn't feel it anymore. I stopped playing and played Flyff, a private server with like 100 people, and had way more fun. I don't know why. Don't get it. Do drops ever excite you? I would say no, not at the current progression level. Like, I will not be able to drop anything here that gets me like one step forward in my gear. Like, if I want to have something of value, it needs to be worth at least 450 to 570 mil, so I can actually roll one more time on my unicorn. Anything below this is just like, it doesn't matter anymore.
There's not much.
And here's not much to gain. If we are doing dungeons, then like what excites me is the red beam. But usually after you hover over what's under the red beam, it's underwhelming. Like, if you want to know, like, the drop that would excite me is if we're doing red medio and we are dropping a bloody obsidian knuckle, but our build posters would actually already have them completed, because then we could sell it for 2 bill. That would be nice. But since we still have 2 build posters that need the knuckle, we cannot sell it if we drop, so I just hope that we are dropping so they get their closer to their PvP gear being finished.
What actually could drop here that's worth looking at?
Foreman suit, visit, suit, and gowns.
The ringmaster one, right?
And Kaiser. Yeah, there's 3 drops that are like decent, but also like the prices for those suits dropped really hard. And gowns are already worth nothing anymore, even though the drop rate is exactly the same. And people don't understand it.
They still didn't change the gowns drop rate?
Huh?
They still didn't change the drop rate for the gowns?
Like gowns and suits are almost the same when it comes to rarity. But people are like overpricing suits, but paying under for gowns. That's like how the market currently is. So people are not paying on like setting a value on how rare a drop is. They're doing it some way differently. Oh, jetzt habe ich 18 Minuten lang vergessen, Potions anzumachen. Jetzt mache ich sie für den 10 Minuten auch nicht mehr an.
Nö. Ich habe auch schon gedacht, dass irgendwas fehlt, aber das ist nicht so schlimm. Also du willst danach mit irgendeinem Schein prügeln gehen, falls du es nicht schon gemacht hast?
Ich habe vorhin schon einen gemacht, bevor ich angefangen habe. Und es war absolut nutzlos. Ja, soll ich dir helfen und du machst den Last-Hit? Ja, dann lass noch die Stunde fertig machen und dann gehen wir uns einen Giant suchen. Vorzugsweise ein Auge oder so. Das kann sich ganz entspannt hängen. Auch wenn ich das von meinem Level, glaube ich, gar nicht mehr hitten darf?
Ist egal.
Okay. Weiß ich nicht. Also wenn es nur darum geht, wer den Last-Hit macht, dann soll es egal sein, ja?
Wahrscheinlich. Und jetzt, wo du es sagst. Also für die Quests zum Beispiel ging es auch.
Okay, dann soll es jetzt auch gehen.
Ich denke, ich würde es jetzt auch gehen. Droppt halt nichts, aber. Und so von Chaos. Droppt eh nichts.
So we are at 75%. We have 8 minutes left. So yeah, if everything goes perfect tomorrow in the 2-hour session, then it's 139. So I think I don't want to do another session today after we kill the giant.
Yeah, that's fine.
I probably want to lay down and watch, I don't know, like if I lay down and get lazy, I fall asleep.
You will fall asleep for sure.
Huh. Watching porn for 2 hours is definitely not an option.
Go kill some giants for the event.
Fuck that. Fuck that hard. No, definitely not. No, I will only do it on the last day if it's fairly reasonable effort to go into like the rankings. I don't know. Maybe I'm playing TFT on the tablet.
Go for a night walk with the dog.
Oh yeah, that's actually also a good idea.
It's pretty cold today, so it's nice. I like walks in the cold.
Or like for me, stuff is normally not cold. Like I don't even have a jacket. I'm only going outside with a sweater.
No jacket.
No.
Yeah.
Unless it rains, then yeah. But other than that, I don't like it. Even in the winter, don't like it. Too warm.
Yeah, my brain is not working anymore for today. I thought we were still on the top floor.
Huh?
I thought we were still on the top floor.
I don't know, I didn't even realize if you're here or not. I'm just like, I'm so spaced out, I'm just like clicking, man. There could be like 10 people running around here, I wouldn't probably even notice. I'm just looking where the name is of the ancient mammoth and clicking somewhere in this direction. Like I started this morning at like 8. So that's like 15 hours-ish.
We had a break though, no?
Yeah. I didn't play it 15 hours through, but I was like awake for 15 hours, and none of the breaks were like relaxing. It's going to be a relief when we hit 140. No more voice in the back of your head. You have to level, you have to level. It will finally shut the fuck up.
I will push for 135 and then take it easy.
Yeah, I think we get you 134, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now it's 11.5.
Yeah, we can. If you don't find anything better, we can also get you 135.
No, and there are a lot of people who are begging me to level with them.
Okay.
Especially the 1v1s. They enjoy Holy Cross.
Yeah, I should maybe give them my friend list. Because it has about 20 ringmasters in level range for endgame.
I don't even have to read up. Nice.
It's going through. Last 2 minutes. Crap. 8 here, 300 mil. Huh.
Is it reroll? Right?
I don't think he wants to sell it as a reroll pad. Because it got a 5, I assume he wants more.
Pretty much the same as yours, no?
Mm,
You have 22.
minus 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, so it only misses 1 level to perfect. And this misses 2 levels to perfect. Mine is slightly better, but overall it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the S tier roll is the important one.
I don't know, man. I heard of so many people that they got like a 6, 7, or 8 on the first roll at S tier, and they were happy that they didn't have to do it. Like, I can't hear it anymore, man. It's annoying. Okay, we have to go to Asriel Cell, and then we can look for a giant.
I can go AFK for hours. Nice. I don't know what I will get. Maybe 5% in 4 hours.
Yeah, more like 2 or 3.
I take 1.4 bill, no problem.
Huh?
When you took the Kenya,
Oh, yeah.
it was a bigger number.
Okay, there was. After Siege tomorrow, I will probably spend it all.
Okay, what did you in mind? Ah, the chest.
Well, I get my PvP switchsuit.
Yeah.
So I already bought the 4 volcanoes, 7%. I just have to up it to +10, get the piercings in. Then I know exactly how much money I have left. And I can invest the money into the pet and just pray that fucking unicorn is finally done.
I wish you the best of luck for that. You can't imagine the pain.
It just feels... okay, I'm switching to channel 1. It just feels unreasonable to pay that much to not get anything out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
That's what annoys me. Like no pity system, and I don't know how often I said introduce a fucking pity system.
People are searching for giants.
Yeah.
I will check for the Yeti.
Yeah, you can check Yeti, I check Augu. But can you buff me first? So I can already start attacking it.
Yep.
In case I see it, to mark it.
Since I have the battle pass, so often forget. Yeti is here. I so often forget about the.
He's here?
The Yeti is here.
I'm on my way.
I so often forget about the boost from the board.
Oh yeah, like the first day I bought it, I didn't do it at all.
But now I was like watching your screen like, yeah, that's boost.
With how much percentage you started grinding today? I started grinding today at level 137 with 85%. So we made 89%. No wait, 91? 91% today, yeah, 91%.
Not even 100.
Pass auf, das muss das gleich noch 2 Stunden Level gehen. Sag's nicht zu laut. Ah.
Good.
Hat er nicht gedodged, der Junge.
No.
Ich denke, ich gehe mal nochmal aufs Board, weil ich habe meinen Ringmaster gerade nicht hier zum Resten. Ich muss den holen.
Ja, das war keine Ahnung. Ich hab die Animation von ihm war im Boden drin, und ich jetzt mir auch denken.
Immer großzügig dodgen. Egal was er hat.
Obi. Einmal mit Obis.
Ah, natürlich, der Ringmaster hat den Pass nicht und du musst jetzt hier ganz alleine fliegen. I see you. Dude, is it red mob heaven here? What the heck, man?
And there's. Oh no. Oh no! Multitasking bot.
Easy, easy, easy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Now we have plus 20 buffs. Here we go. Huh? Yeah, like our ringmasters all have plus 20 buffs. Like the PvP ringmasters.
He needs assist as well.
Hmm?
He needs your help as well.
Yeah. They are like in line to do the giants now before the server resets. Maybe Violet Yeti somewhere. She can also kill Medumets, I assume.
I think so too.
Yeah, she's 126, so...
Find the catcher. Pack the 200 monsters. And hope that it's still enough to get all.
I was calculating it a bit. You get more than 1k points just from the season thing. You only need 3k points. And you have 4 weeks. So it's not a big deal.
Good to hear. Can I please find a catcher?
They're at Medomats. There were a couple.
No, I went to Flowers. I don't know what the flowers and stuff.
Okay, here also 4. Looks like no one is actually collecting that shit in Austria because they can. Probably only low-life people, low-level players were collecting it, I assume. Yeah.
I did it very well.
If you could, okay, someone is saying nice words for you, that you buffed them when they were low-level all day. I think that every community should have a Sipes.
The biggest live streamer on Twitch for today.
Huh?
The biggest live streamer on Twitch for a few hours.
Who? Who are you talking about?
The meat tree. The guy chatting. You're on chat.
Oh, this is Dimitri? Oh, okay, yeah. Like, that's actually a nice name.
Okay, man. I will hop over and get the Discord.
Yeah, sure. See you tomorrow.
I guess.
Stats for plate, full strength. Unless you're not able to afford a set with plus, and then you need some dex for hit rate. Okay guys, that is going to be it for today. Gonna do whatever now until League of Legends Worlds. And then I will be back tomorrow, and tomorrow morning we will level till 139. No TFT stream? Huh. No, I don't want to stream. I want to play TFT on the tablet, on the couch. I assume it's more relaxing. I've already sit here enough and I want to go out. I voted for T1. Yeah. God, I went mainstream with my voting. Well guys, see you tomorrow to then finally get 139.